Hi, this is Joe again with another review. I'm saying in this video I'm going to be discussing the 1966 movie Munster Go Home. Starring, of course, Yvonne DiCarlo, Fred Gwynne, Al Lewis, Bush Patrick, and I think Debbie Watson playing the part of Marilyn Munster. Of course, this series, of course, is based on the popular 1960s television show. Even though Munster, I think it lasted like 2 or 3 years tops, or 2.5, or at least 2.5 years tops. And the series, of course, is about the Munsters inheriting, or at least Herman Munster, played by Fred Gwynne, who inherited an estate in England. So the whole Munsters family travels to England, and meanwhile, while they're there, the relatives who actually were living in the house, or these cousins of theirs who were living in that estate, were actually master criminals. They were master counterfeiters in England. So at first they didn't know about it, and the people in the village that this house was located in England, they didn't have anything to do with them because they were, Munsters, except for Marilyn, because she was the only normal one. Even though throughout the television series that she was called the black sheep of the family because she looked normal, and all the other Munsters were Munsters. You have Fred Gwynne looking like Frankenstein monster. You have Al Lewis and Yvonne DiCarlo as vampires. You had Bush Patrick look like a little werewolf, and then of course you had Marilyn looking like a normal human being. So except for Marilyn, who was their niece, everybody else looked. They were monsters, and then of course people didn't want to have anything to do with these people. But during the time in England, they're wondering what's going on in this house because all these kooky characters, and Marilyn falls in love with a rival family, and the guy was played by Robert Pine. Of course, later on, like a decade or so later, he was in the TV series Chips, Robert Pine. So Marilyn falls in love with her, with him, I should say. And then of course Herman gets into like this car race, and it was like annual car race. So okay, we're gonna beat this guy. So and which eventually Herman does. Major spoiler, he does do that. Meanwhile, they found out. Or his grandpa and Herman, and they were exploring the house, they found out that in the basement, in this hidden room in the basement, they found like a printing press, and they found all kind of ink and to make British money. And they found out. Now we know what the secret because people in the village was telling the Munsters, hey, there's a secret to the college. We don't know what's going on, but a lot of crazy stuff's going on. And they found out that, hey, there were counterfeiters in there. So the Munsters actually bust the counterfeit thing. The criminal relatives, they all end up getting arrested. Which they did. And and then Herman decides to sell the estate to the village. They hand over the estate to the village, sells it, and then they decide to go back home to the United States, which is what they decided to do at the end of this thing. As I say, it's like a stereotypical story for the Munsters television series. This is like an extension of the television series. But one thing that made it interesting is that this was really the first time you saw the Munsters in color. Because the Munsters television series, as we know, it was black and white. Even though the series was in the 1960s, so color was available. But I guess it was cheaper and less expensive to do the Munsters television series in black and white. But when the Munsters Go Home came out, it was done in color, so it really was the first time you saw these characters in color. Like I said, there was two actresses who played Marilyn in the television series. Neither one of them was available. I guess they weren't available for the movie, So they hired Debbie Watson to play the part. I mean, she was fine. She wasn't, bad looking. You can see look up picture of her on Google, and she's not. She looks good in a bikini back then. Back over like 55 years ago. That's how long this movie was. But she wasn't like Pat Priest or anything. They ever for Pat Priest to play the part instead of her, because she was the one who played her the most, I guess, or the character the most. But like I said, I guess she wasn't available for the movie. But and there she wasn't bad. Like I said, the movie Munster Go Home wasn't bad. It's just that it feels like an extension of the television series, kind of like when the Next Generation movies came out. Even though it was like four of them made, they all felt like an extension of the television series. That's what Munster Go Home feels like to me. That's an extension of the television show. I used to like the Munsters more than the Addams Family, even though I used to watch the Addams Family too when I was a kid. But I like the Munsters more because I think the Munsters were on television a lot longer than, at least it kept the reruns longer than the Addams Family did. Even though I used to watch both series. But I like the Munsters more because it was funnier and sillier and more, and it felt like more, even though the Addams Family had a classier theme song, the Munsters I felt was a little bit better series than the Addams Family was. The Addams Family worked as a cartoon, but not so much as a live-action TV show. So that's my review of the movie Munster Go Home. Please click on the video, please rate it, please subscribe to my channel, please forward this video on your Facebook pages. You can check out all my reviews on my YouTube channel at rallyc.com. It's all WDY and then C.com. The homepage is running a review of Christine Moore, and please check out all of his videos on his website. Thanks for watching. Catch you next time.